Is this something you would have saved, or you just pitch them in a can? Material costs about 1 to 2 cents per square inch. You can't just afford to throw away this material. Does your vinyl cutter accommodate scrap material? This one does, and a lot of them on the market do. So read your manual or watch our training videos to learn how to use scrap material. It's this simple. Take the piece of material, assuming you use a weed boarder so you can save this scrap. Start to create a file system where you file by color or by product type so you know exactly what you have on hand. And take this material and load it into your cutter. These cutters have adjustable pinch rollers. Yours probably does too. You're familiar with how to use those. Lock it down on the edges of your scrap material. This particular machine can accommodate about 5 inches wide of scrap material. So I simply lock the rollers down once I load the scrap material into place. Now, instead of telling the machine you have a roll in the machine, you need to tell it you have a sheet or a piece. It's categorized in different ways for different cutters. But basically on this one, it calls out piece. So I'm going to tell it that there's a piece in there. Now if you watch closely, you'll see the machine scan the width of this material, but it also will feed through and scan the length. If you've accidentally hit the piece or the sheet function when you had a roll in, you'll probably remember it because the whole roll shot out at your feet as you were standing at the cutter. But now it's measured those dimensions, and it reads them out on screen. So if I'm hooked up with a parallel or serial port, I can simply go into the software and punch in the dimensions on the screen. That's my cuttable area on this particular scrap piece. If I'm connected with a USB connection that has two-way communication from software to cutter, cutter to software, I can actually get the size directly from the machine. So I'll go and get that size from the machine in the software right now. Now I'm over in the Roll and Cut Studio software. This is the software for my vinyl cutter. Most cutters have a software that you can punch in the size to the machine or get the size from the machine if you're connected USB, as I mentioned before. So with this program, it's pretty simple. I go up to File, Cutting Setup, have my roll-in selected, and I go into Properties, and I say, get that size from the machine. It's reading in millimeters, so I'll switch it over to inches. So you can see I actually have a 6 3/4 wide piece available to cut by 1.68 inches. Click OK, and watch when I click OK again, you'll see this background page sized to the exact size of my scrap material. Now this is the available cutting area. So I can use this to cut a little job. Maybe the scrap pieces are bigger and I can cut something for an actual size shirt or for a left chest logo. Or worst case scenario, I can just cut a promo design, heat press it to a mini t-shirt, and drop it in the customer's next order so they can see a new finish or a new type of material that I offer. So I'll just type in sample here to show you a sample cut. Scroll that up a little bit larger. Of course, I want to mirror it since I'm applying to apparel, and then send it over to my cutter, and it'll cut right on my scrap piece of material. So it's finished cutting. I simply unload my piece, and now I'm ready to just complete the weeding process. And you can see I squeezed another little sample job out of leftover material that was in the garbage before. This is basically free because before you used to throw this away, or you used to incorporate it into the cost, hopefully, of your other designs that you produced on this particular job. So I finished weeding away the pieces. And now I'm ready to press it over. Like I said, you can get a mini t-shirt, heat press it onto that as a sample. There's numerous things that you can do. This is large enough for a youth size shirt, or I could have utilized more of the space and done an adult size shirt with a left chest logo.